Plitvice Lakes National Park, Croatia. The first ever national park in Croatia, which is also the largest. It is well known for its turquoise-colored lakes, separated by tufa or travertine barriers. Admission ticket is around $12 and is open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Why visit Plitvice Lakes National Park? Simply because it is really beautiful here with lakes, waterfalls, and cool boardwalk trails that all work wondrously. Number 9. Machu Picchu, Peru. A trip to Machu Picchu is not cheap. About $100 for the train tickets, entry fees ranging from $47 to $62, and a round-trip bus, which costs around $24. But did you know that you can walk up and down for free? Although climbing is tough and takes about 90 minutes, at least you'll be able to see it for free. It is often mistakenly referred to as the Lost City of Incas. Number 8. Grand Canyon National Park, USA. Grand Canyon National Park has a lot to offer. It has diverse life zones, landforms, and cultural history. It consists of 2 public areas, the North and South Rims. South Rim is 7,000 feet above sea level, the most accessible section, and is open all throughout. North Rim is 1,000 feet higher than South Rim and is harder to get to, especially in harvest winter. Up to now, scientists still don't agree on how this gorgeous place was formed. Number 7. The Fairy Pools of the Isle of Skye, Scotland. It is a magical place of natural beauty and is found at the foot of Culzean Mountains. It is open from 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. To reach the fairy pools is a stunning walk of 2.4 kilometers from the car park. Usually, the walk takes around 45 minutes each way with no stops. We may assume that it was called fairy pools because of such magical appearance of the place. Number 6. The Gardens of Marquisac, France. It is one of the most beautiful romantic gardens found in France. It is a 54 acres park with more than 600 kilometers of shaded paths and a maze of 150,000 hand-pruned boxwoods. This place is listed as National Historic Monument. I think it is awesome for couples to visit this place. A walk to the gardens with your love is such an amazing feeling. We are now down to number 5. Moraine Lake, Canada. Moraine Lake waters has a unique color. The color is a vivid shade of turquoise and it changes in intensity through the summer when glaciers melt. It is called the lake with the $20 view because the image was used on the back of a Canadian $20 bill issued between 1969 and 1979. There are lots of trails available for hikers. There is also Moraine Lake Lodge accommodation, which is the only accommodation in the lake. I know you're really excited, so here's number 4. Whitehaven Beach, Whitsundays, Australia. Famous for its cool, soft, white silica sandy beach embraced by the sparkling waters. This beach is untouched by development. It is also the largest out of the 74 islands in Whitsundays. Only small vessels and small scenic aircrafts carrying permits have granted access in this place. Did you know that its 7-kilometer long beach has a 98.9% pure silica sand? We are now on number 3. Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. Salar de Uyuni is called Salt Flats in English language and is considered the world's largest. You're curious as well if we may be able to taste the saltiness of the flats. This desert transformed into an enormous salt lake during wet season. There are tours available which range in length from 1 to 4 days. Just choose when to visit if you want to experience a dry or a wet one. Number 2. Pulpit Rock, Prakestolen, Norway. Famous for hikers, rock climbers, and crazy base jumpers. It has a distance of 7.6 kilometers hike for a total of 4 to 5 hours. It is a must-see attraction for visitors in Norway. It is known as Preacher's Chair and has a high cliff of 604 meters. The best time to visit, but also the most crowded period, is between April to October. And last, but not the least, number 1 of the most beautiful place on earth. Four Seasons Resort, Bora Bora. A private island paradise in the heart of French Polynesia, it is an overwater bungalow resort overlooking Mount Otemanu. The guest suites offer views of the lagoon and the South Pacific. A standard room costs from $1,839, while a suite costs from $1,852. Appreciate the beauty of the place by just looking at the pictures. Are you ready to pack your things and break your piggy banks? It is a once-in-a-lifetime experience to visit even one of this amazing place in the list.
Town. Tracy Arm Fjord, Alaska. Fjords are created by the slow erosion of mountain valleys as glaciers move down toward the sea. Tracy Arm Fjord in Alaska is home to orcas and a rapidly disappearing environment. The Taj Mahal in northern India is a beautiful white marble mausoleum. The Taj Mahal is regarded as the jewel of India art and is an often sought-after location for worship and tourism. The temples of Bagan sit within central Myanmar and was built as the capital of ancient Myanmar. The temples are the largest concentration of Buddhist temples, most of which dating back to the 12th and 11th centuries. Venice, the city on water, is built on 118 small islands that are separated by a vast network of canals. The city was built on the Venetian lagoon and is unlike any other city in the world. The Pyramid of Giza is one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, located in El Giza, Egypt. The pyramid was built as a tomb in 2560 BC for the Egyptian king pharaoh Khufu. Bora Bora is an island that once was a volcano, which has subsequently subsided and formed a barrier reef. The reef ecosystem allows for pristine clear blue water and reefs limit waves, providing a protected sanctuary. Kauai owns the medal of the rainiest place on Earth, allowing for a tropical paradise. Hike, swim, bike, and dive. Victoria Falls that borders Zambia and Zimbabwe is the largest waterfall in the world by total area. The falls transport an astonishing 1,088 cubic meters per second of water down a 350-foot cliff. The Rainbow Mountain of Zhongdangxia, shot to show off weathering and erosion at its most beautiful. The dramatic colors throughout the mountain are a result of trace minerals associated within the sandstone, coloring the sand in reds, greens, and yellows. Riley is a magical place only accessible by boat on a small tight peninsula. Spend your days rock climbing the limestone cliffs, exploring vast cave systems, or swimming to nearby islands. Neuschwanstein Castle, Germany. The Schwanstein, a 19th century castle in southern Germany, is the inspiration for Disneyland's Sleeping Beauty Castle. This German retreat is visited regularly during summer months as a symbol of refuge and peace. Antarctica is on average the coldest, windiest, driest, and highest continent. This desert continent is, however, home to millions of penguins of different species. Rice terrace fields of Longshan, China. Longshan is named after Longjai, which translates to dragon's backbone. The terrace resembles dragon scales as rice fields snake through the mountains. hike up the mountain ridge where Machu Picchu sits and you will see the peak of the Inca civilization. This beautiful place was built in 1450 and was only occupied for 100 years until the Spanish conquest. The ancient city of Petra, Jordan is an architectural masterpiece. Built into the side of a rock cliff, Petra was carved as early as 312 BC. Petra was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site and was unknown to the Western world until 1812. The island of Svalbard is located within the Arctic Ocean, north of mainland Europe. Svalbard is the northernmost settlement with a permanent population in the world. Trekking through Svalbard, it's not uncommon to see polar bears, reindeer, and perhaps an Arctic fox. Torres del Paine in southern Patagonia is a national park that boasts beautiful mountains, glaciers, lakes, and rivers. Take the trip to southern Patagonia and you can hike the partial or full circuit around the stunning granite peaks. Amazon River is the artery for the largest rainforest in the world. It is the largest river in the world by discharge and one of the largest by length. The surrounding rainforest represents over half of the world's remaining rainforest. Yellowstone National Park is the oldest national park in the U.S. and likely the world. Drive through the park and encounter an array of wildlife 10 feet away from you. The ancient temple of Toprom was built as Buddhist monastery and university. The temple was largely left as is, with spung trees and moss growing throughout the architecture.